We're going to start, this is the Unit 8 video. Okay, this is the vocabulary for page 86 and 87. Okay, on page 86, you see a picture that looks like this. Here are the vocabulary. This here is a drawing. This is pottery. This is a type of jewelry. You know, what women and men wear. This could also be for men too, is fashion. This is a sculpture, and this is a metal sculpture, but you can make sculptures out of anything. Painting and photography. Okay, we could say pottery. We can also say ceramic. Okay, but pottery will be the one on the test. Drawing, painting and fashion, sculpture, photography. I like that. I like the frog. Okay, anyway, jewelry. Here are some other ones. You could say a movie or film making. Okay, architecture is also a kind of art. So is theater, ballet, dance, and then we have kind of a writing as a kind of art. We have poetry. I like this picture because it's poetry. Tree, it's a tree. Oh, I'm so funny. All right, anyway, we have a short story. That's cute. Okay, literature just means long form kind of a book. Okay, on page 87, there's a few other vocabulary words. This is realistic. This is abstract, traditional, or modern style. So just some other, I think, better examples in the book. This is very realistic. So is this. This is abstract. You know, what are these things? You know, even this, we can see a street here and some people walking with umbrellas. It's very abstract. Traditional style and modern. Okay, on the bottom of page 87 again, or sorry, on the bottom of this page again, here are some other adjectives to describe art. And most of these you already know. Beautiful, exciting, fascinating, relaxing, thought-provoking, awful, boring, weird, silly, depressing, feminine, masculine, unusual, practical, interesting. Okay, so I found this is a good example of something that's beautiful. This would be something that's silly. Okay, we have something that's exciting, something that's maybe a little bit weird, right? We have this great wave here in Japanese art and the Death Star. What? That's weird. Okay, this could be fascinating, right? Something like this might be thought-provoking. Something like this could be awful. This might be depressing. Okay, oh, Einstein is drinking because of Google. Okay, something like this is boring. Something like this is unusual. Also, you know, some trees in the park. Some people might also think it's relaxing. So this one could be both. Feminine and masculine are the ones that might be new to you. Feminine refers to something that we think of with women, and masculine is something that we think of when relating to men. One more. Another one is weird, or maybe practical. This is one by a famous R. Mutt in 1917. This is just a toilet. This is another one, fascinating or interesting, right? I thought, wow, this is so interesting and fascinating. Okay, that's the end of the vocabulary. Next, let's go to page 88 and 89. Okay, let's start here. Page 88 and 89, we're going to work on the passive voice, and we're going to recommend a museum. So we're looking at this page here. Okay, up here at the top is how to use the passive voice. Most sentences are in the active voice. Here's an example of the active voice. Architect Frank Gehry designed the Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao, Spain. I'll give you an easier example in just a moment. The subject of the sentence performs the action of the verb. So here's the subject. This architect designed the thing. In the passive voice, the receiver of the action is the subject of the sentence. So here, the Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao, Spain, was designed by architect Frank Gehry. Okay, here are some more examples, and these we use a form of be verb. So form the passive voice with the form of be and the past participle of the verb. If you don't know the past participle, remember you can go to page 123 in the book. These vases are made in Korea. The museum was built in the 1990s. The Mona Lisa has been shown at the Louvre Museum since 1797. So we're using the past participle, shown, built, made, and a form of be, as, was, has been. It is common to use the passive voice when the performer of the action is not known or not important. Use a by phrase in a passive voice sentence when it is important to identify the performer of the action. So sometimes we use by, sometimes we don't use by. Pottery is made in many parts of the world. We don't need to say by people. That's not important. This bowl was found in Costa Rica. We don't need to say by someone. It's not important. This dress was designed by Donatella Versace. That is important. That is an important thing to know because it's a person's name. Okay, let's look at some examples. So this is the active voice. Okay, former President Obama threw the ball, right? That's what we're talking about here. The boy ate the cake. This is an active sentence. Okay, former President Trump did not close the umbrella here. Okay. The passive voice, the thing doing the action is second. Okay. So this is the active voice. Former President Obama threw the ball. If we talk about the ball first, we say the ball was thrown by former President Obama. So we're talking about the ball first. The boy ate the cake becomes the cake was eaten by the boy. Okay, cake goes here, boy goes to the end of the sentence. We make this ate becomes eaten. Threw becomes thrown. Okay, former President Trump did not close the umbrella. The umbrella was not closed by former President Trump. So we can also use a negative. Okay, we'll skip this one. We'll do that one in class. And the same thing here. One more example for class. Okay, so here's some examples. Alice opened the window. Sorry. Okay, so here's the active sentence. The window was opened by Alice. She sang a song. A song was sung by her. Jimmy finished the homework. The homework was finished by Jimmy. He washed the car. The car was washed by him. Okay, so we can see that the sentence order is different. Okay, sometimes by is not needed. So here's some examples of that. If we just, okay, so here's some examples. People eat spicy food all over the world. That's the active sentence. Spicy food is eaten by people all over the world. You can say that, but it's not really that important. We can just say spicy food is eaten all over the world. With this sentence here, people sing the song called Happy Birthday every day. What do you think? Do you think we need this by phrase here? Yes or no? You're right, not important. The song called Happy Birthday is sung every day. Pete Docter, that's a person's name, wrote the movie Soul. Okay, so the movie Soul was written by Pete Docter. Do we need this by phrase here? Yes, yes we do. Okay, because we have the person's name. This is kind of important. Okay, your homework for this section, this homework is for 10 points. This is on page 88. Read each passive voice sentence and decide if the by phrase is necessary. If it isn't necessary, cross it out. So decide, do we need the by phrase? Yes, here. No, we do not. Okay, same with it here. The second homework is right underneath it, part B. This is for 20 points. Change each sentence from the active to the passive voice. Use a by phrase. For all of these 6 sentences, use the by phrase. Okay, so this will be your homework to work on it. Look at the grammar box. Do the practice yourself. Whoops. Sorry, hit the wrong key. Okay, that's the end of this section. Let's go to the next page. All right. The next part here, the passive voice questions on page 90 and 91. We're over here on this page here. Let's talk about the vocabulary. Okay, this is a figure, or we could also say a sculpture, a wood figure, right, made of wood. This is glass, so a glass pitcher. This is jewelry, so this is metal, right? Metal jewelry. Silver necklace, a gold bracelet. This is made of cloth, a cloth bag. This is ceramic, a ceramic plate. This is stone, a stone bowl. Okay. For the passive voice questions, we can use a be verb here, was or were, and then we write the rest of the sentence. We're still using the past participle in the verb. Was this stone figure carved by hand? Yes, it was. No, it wasn't. Were these wood bracelets made in Thailand? Yes, they were. No, they weren't. You can also use what in the sentence, okay? And this is a yes and no sentence. These, we need a real answer. What is this made of? It's made of wood. It's made of, anything here, right? It's made of stone. It's made of metal. What is this ceramic bowl used for? It's used for preparing food. Okay, so just answering the question. And then you could also ask, when, where, or how. When was this picture painted? It was painted in the 1980s. So you see, we're still following the passive voice. It was painted. Where were these cloth figures made? In Brazil. Or you could say they were made in Brazil. How were these handbags manufactured? By machine. Or they were manufactured by machine. Okay, some examples. So this is an active voice sentence. Did the man bake the bread? Just say yes, he did. If you make a passive voice, was the bread baked by the man? We would say yes, it was. Okay, so it's a little bit different, right? The bread becomes in the first part of the sentence. Here are some other ones for the active voice. Did you finish your project? You can say yes or no. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Was the project finished? Okay, so here we have did you, and here we're talking about was the project. Yes, it was. No, it wasn't. Did you open the window? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. You could say how was the window opened? By me, by my brother. You could say Mr. Baker opened it. Okay, so here, right, we have this. I don't know if you know this guy, famous politician. Did Bernie Sanders beat the MMA fighter? Okay. Okay. Yes, he did. And the passive voice, was the MMA fighter beaten by Bernie Sanders? How would we answer that? Okay, you can say yes, he was. All right. Over here, let's go to the next page, page 91. Okay, time for the homework section. Would like you to do part A and part B. Okay, so it's for 40 points total, 20 here and 20 here. Follow the example. Okay, complete the questions in the interview. Use the question word and the passive voice. Okay, so look on the. This is page 91. Look on page 90 for some examples to follow. And part B, complete the conversations, write information questions using the passive voice. Okay, so, look on the previous page, get some examples. The glass cups, they were made by hand. So maybe we'll say, when were the glass cups made? What were the glass cups made? Something like that. Those aren't correct, but something like that. Okay, that's the end of this section. Let's go to page 92. Okay. Next section, talking about artistic talent, page 92 and 93. Over here on this page, here's some vocabulary words. Talent means you're good at something, okay? Stephen Curry, he's a very talented basketball player. Oblige means agree to something, agree to do something. Lacking means you don't have enough something, right? Maybe you're lacking money, you don't have enough money. Okay, scribbles are unskilled drawing, these are scribbles. Doodling is a type of drawing, nothing serious. Okay, this is some doodling here. Passionate means you love something. Okay, so here's when we think of passion, a lot of times we think of like a fire. So here's someone with a fire. Motivate is a strong desire to do something. So in this last picture, we have some people, and they have a strong desire to make money or to get money. So they're motivated to get the money. Okay, so I'd like you to look at this section here. Okay, hopefully we're going to read this in class, but before class, read that section and look at the homework on page 94, read the question, and choose true or false. Okay, that's the end of that section there. Let's go to page 94. Oh, right here. Okay, discussing your favorite artists, page 94, 95. We're on this page here. Okay, the vocabulary. I found these by Google Translate, so I hope they are correct. Be inspired by is just another way to, is the passive voice, the word is inspire. Be influenced by, influence. Be fascinated by, fascinate. Be moved by, move or feeling. That's a feeling of something, okay? Here are some example sentences before I give you the meaning of them. So you can say, Bill inspired Ted, that's the active voice. Ted was inspired by Bill. Bill influenced Ted. Ted was influenced by Bill. Bill fascinated Ted. Ted was fascinated by Bill. Bill moved Ted. Ted was moved by Bill. These sentences aren't very good unless we view them in a context. Okay, so if you say inspired by, it's like you have the Chinese meaning, but it's like you get an idea, sudden inspiration. Okay, if you're influenced by, okay, you kind of follow someone. So this black duck is influencing all the white ducks. The white ducks are influenced by the black duck. Okay, fascinate is something that's really interesting. So the baby is fascinated by this toy. Okay, be moved by is like a feeling. Okay, so this is a little hard, but she's listening to some music. She's having a very emotional feeling experience. She is moved by the music. Okay, so it can be people and it can be other things. So take a look at this picture here. Do you think this is talking about people who are moved, inspired, fascinated, or influenced? This picture here, what do you think of the boy? Which is the best word? This picture down here, we have one person, and this picture here, right? These plants are trying to get the sunlight. So this one, the best one I would say is moved, right? These people are moved by the movie. This boy here is fascinated by the book. Okay, person B was probably inspired by person A. And these plants are influenced by the sunlight. Okay, that's the end of this section, and that is the end of this video. So thank you very much. Do your homework. See you in class.